Hi, welcome to the Mangala Samiti podcast, where I talk about business, life, personal development, and other ideas that matter. I am your host, Mangala Samiti, and I am many things: a chartered global management accountant, CFO, author, voiceover artist, and so much more. But I really am just one thing, and that is a creator. I create content and solutions to problems and challenges. I hope this podcast will help you on your own journey to greatness. Thanks so much for tuning into this week's episode. This week, I want to speak about finding your work-life balance and what it means to you and how you can achieve it personally in your life. Last week, I was having a very interesting conversation with a friend, and I spoke about how much I love my current role as Chief Financial Officer at Jaltech and how I enjoy working with the Jaltech team, how much support the team gives me, and how it's such a blessing for me to have found myself in such a space. And the question that she asked me was dumbfounding. I was amazed by it. I was shocked. I was surprised. She said to me, "But why do you love your job so much? I've never ever met somebody who loves their job as much as you, because most people that I meet only complain about their jobs." When she asked me that, when she said that to me, it made me pause and think, why exactly is the reason that I love my job so much? And what is it about finding the work-life balance have I personally achieved that I've implemented in my own life that has allowed me to enjoy the things that I have? Now, just like anybody, I've also got challenges, I've also got wants, I've also got needs, but I have found the balance in my life, at least for now, that works for me right now and that allows me to enjoy everything that I do have, which is my family, my work, and everything else around me, including doing this podcast and speaking to you every Monday. Now, let me clarify something. The purpose of this podcast is not to tell you what to do, but rather to open your mind up to other ideas that are available to you out there in the world. Some ideas I'll mention, but some you'll find on your own. And you'll find them because you're purposely thinking about other ways to get things done, and not just the traditional way that you've been doing it for the longest time. So you need to go with change, embrace it, and then move along. Be open to new ideas. So, what does a work-life balance mean to you? And what stops you from achieving it? What hinders you? Really does. A couple of years ago, I remember I experienced burnout after going non-stop for about 2 to 3 weeks, working Sunday to Sunday, very long hours. I remember it was a Friday afternoon, and towards the end of the day, I could feel my body beginning to shut down, and I thought I was coming down with something. I remember I got home that evening and all I wanted to do was put my head down, and I told myself, I'll put my head down just for a bit, then I'll wake up, take a shower, and have dinner. I slept that Friday evening, and when I woke up, it was daylight on Saturday, and I wanted to wake up, but I couldn't gather the strength to get up and out of bed. So I slept again, and the next thing I knew, it was midday on Sunday. And only then, midday on Sunday, could I finally move and get out of bed. From that time, I have known my limit and I give myself time to rest and rejuvenate. Your best individual work-life balance will vary over time and often on a daily basis. The right balance for you today will probably be different for you tomorrow. The right balance for you when you are single, for instance, will be different when you get married or if you have children, when you start a new career versus when you are nearing retirement. This work-life balance changes, and you need to be able to understand this and embrace that change and move with it as your life is also evolving and changing. You see, there's no perfect one-size-fits-all balance you should be striving for. The best work-life balance is different for each of us because we all have different priorities and different lives. So my personal approach is I don't make a distinction between my work and life. Doing that seems counterintuitive and quite untrue to me, to be honest. All I see is one thing, and that thing is life, my life. And this life has different aspects, experiences, and events. Work is a part of my life. Family is a part of my life. Friends are a part of my life too. Hobbies are a part of it. Education and skills development is. This podcast is as well, including everything else. My desires, dreams, needs. All of it is life. So I don't distinguish work versus life. All I see is life, and work is but one aspect of my life, and I try to balance all these different things in my life. So when I need to wake up and when I need to prepare for the podcast, as an example, I wake up and I prepare for the podcast. When I need to be in the office and I need to work and hammer out some achievements and some goals and some tasks and create solutions to challenges and problems, I do that. I take some time and I prioritize that, and I work on doing that. When I need to spend time with my family, I also prioritize that, and I'm able to shut down and say, today I'm not going to work, or this time I'm not going to work. I'm exhausted. Let me spend time with my family as well. You see, I take my role seriously, and considering it forms a significant part of my life, I have accepted and allowed it to be. I enjoy working with the Jaltech team and all the people in it. We do disagree, don't get me wrong. We do disagree at times. We do have fights and we stress over so many things. But we support each other to be the best version of ourselves. My wife understands when I need to work extra hours, and my team understands when I'm tired and I need to leave to rest. Some days I sleep 4 hours, some days I sleep 5 hours, some days 6 hours. Other days when I'm tired, I sleep 8 hours to avoid burnout and to rest and rejuvenate. The most important thing, though, that I've found has been communication. My work family knows my personal family and vice versa. So, to answer the question why I enjoy my work so much, the answer truly has so many factors to it, but I enjoy it because it gives me an opportunity to achieve so much and challenge myself in new ways to be an even better version of myself. I'm constantly learning and growing and making a difference, no matter how small it may seem to others. Now, I do consider this a blessing, as I'm cognizant that other people may not be so blessed to be in such an environment, and it does turn into a nightmare, being in a place where you feel trapped because you have no other alternative to satisfy the basic needs in your life. So a number of times you put up with all the negativity and count the days until you can exit that role or that company or that work that you do, because you are simply not happy. Here's something to think about. Is it really the job you despise, or is it some of the negative feelings that are brought up in you because of your interactions with some of your colleagues? Have you ever considered why your colleagues act the way they do? What they may be going through personally? Have you ever considered trying something different to obtain insight into your mental space, such as meditation or therapy? In some cases, actually making the jump and exiting can be the answer for you. I do have a friend who was stressed in their role, who was experiencing negative feelings, and their job was simply a nightmare. And the only option was for them to exit and leave. And after they did, they basically said, I now have peace. So at times, it can be a nightmare, but you have to find the solution that works for you. I don't know what the optimal solution looks like for you, given your unique circumstances, but there has to be an answer, and only you can find it. So I encourage you to do so. Begin to embark on a journey to find that answer for yourself and establish your work-life balance, or let's just call it your life balance. Only when you decide that you want it to change can it then begin. So, accept that there is no perfect work-life balance. It's an ever-changing need based on the circumstances you find yourself in. Deal with stresses by pausing and asking yourself why those stresses arise and getting to their root cause. Prioritize the most important things to you and those around you in all areas of your life. Talk with the people that matter to help you find a solution, then make changes. So begin to look for ways to merge all aspects of your life and achieve your own life balance, whatever that looks like to you. It is possible. Thanks so much for tuning in and all the great feedback that you have sent me to date. I really do enjoy interacting and receiving your feedback and knowing that the podcast is making some form of a difference in your life. I truly am grateful and thanks so much. I'm really happy to know it is helping you in one way or the other. So if you have any feedback or thoughts that you may have on this work-life or life balance, send me an email on mangaliso.meety@gmail.com. Have a great week. Until next time.